I, 25M, haunted by guilt because I hooked up with my girlfriend's, 25F, ex-girlfriend 26F back when we're not dating. Please bear with me on this, as SD.P.D. As this may sounds like, I do really need some opinion about this cause it's been haunting me with guilt. Back in university, I dated my ex for about 5 years, and she has a all-girls friend group that I also get in touch with fairly often because of my relationship. My current girlfriend, who I have been dating for the last 1.5 years, was actually a part of that friend group, and so is her ex. Timeline-wise, my girlfriend was cheated by her ex, who's also in that circle, in 2021, which created a weird interaction between her friends because, well, they are a part of that circle. I knew this story because I was close enough with them when I was still dating my ex. Me and my girlfriend wasn't actually close back then, we're just friends, and she just acknowledged me as her friend's boyfriend who always pops up every often. Then, in late 2021, I got cheated by my ex with one of her workmates. I was devastated, and TBH, I don't have a lot of friends that I can share these kind of things with. I really don't know who to talk about this kind of things, and the only people that shows up in my mind are the friend group that my ex was in. It shocked me that even my ex didn't told them ABT her cheating to them. They are really close, so I expected them to know already. I spoke to them one by one, and the only people that connects and sympathize with me was my current girlfriend, and her ex, because well, they've been through that same experience. I was being told by them to just break up with my ex since it's just ridiculous and SD.P.D. for me to stay within the relationship. Being the SD.P.D. me back then, I still decide to stay in that relationship, hoping things will bounce back after I confront this to my ex, and I really loved her with all my heart. My ex apologized, cried, and said that she will change, and she acknowledged her mistake, so I decided to see things trough. But as expected, she cheated on me again during the year with the same person. During this year, I got really close to my girlfriend and her ex, because I've been consulting non-stop about my ex's behavior and about how she was behaving in her friend group. I don't have any romantic interest with them at that time, but friendship just developed during that year. In 2022, my ex decides to break up with me, saying that she wanted to be alone and want to experience new things she wanted to do, and because she's with me, she can't do that, and I knew this is B.LLSH.D because she hooked up with her workmate anyways before she broke up with me, and they are now together. So I let her be. I was devastated, and everyone in her friend group sympathized with me, as we really got close during the past years. At some point, me and my current girlfriend got really close back then because we share stories and experiences, and we basically experience the same sh.d. This happens back when we're not dating. And I also got close to her ex because we also share stories and hearing her perspective as well, why she cheated and how she regretted her decision. This is where things get weird. My girlfriend and her ex was bisexual, and there was a conversation during those times where my girlfriend's ex wanted to try making love with male. Thing led to another, and after I broke up with my ex, I hooked up with my girlfriend's ex, and this was the first time me and her had making love. I never had making love with my ex because we have our consent. I knew this was SD.P.D. But I knew I did this during the times when I can't think rationally. We decided this one night stand to be our secret kept to the grave, and we never hooked up again since then. After a while, I got really close to my girlfriend. We chat more often, we have calls, and we realized that we're a perfect match to each other. Soon in the late 2022, not long after I broke up with me ex, we decides to be together. Even though she's guilty of dating me, her friend's ex-boyfriend, we decided to do it anyways since we think we don't want to waste this opportunity of meeting the perfect partner for us. We are now in a perfect relationship, things are great. We love and trust each other very much, and we are planning to get married next year. But the thing is, there is the guilt that kept haunting me because I hooked up with her ex, even though this happens before we decides to be in a relationship, and at that time, I don't have any romantic interest with my girlfriend. Even though we decided to keep this secret with us, I'm really guilty about not telling my girlfriend that I had making love with her ex back then. I even had to lie to her about having making love with her was my first time because of that secret I have to keep, and I felt really bad. I couldn't imagine keeping this and taking this to the grave with me after our marriage, and just felt I had to talk about this with her sometime in the future. But I know this is going to hurt her very, very much, and I'm afraid of doing this. Also, her ex knew that we are now together and really encouraged me to keep this a secret between us. Should I keep this secret with me, or should I tell her eventually? I know this sh.d happened because consequences of my actions, but nevertheless, I really love my girlfriend and I'm planning to spend the rest of my life with her. DLDR, I, 25M, felt guilty because I hooked up with my girlfriend's, 25F, ex, 26F, back when we're not dating. And I'm confused whether should I try to talk to this with her or not.